While it certainly wasn't a disaster, it would be fair to say that Arsenal's season was something of a failure this year. A combination of injuries, suspensions, and a lack of cutting edge coalesced to see Mikel Arteta's side in yet another campaign without a major trophy to their name. For example, even though he missed over 3 months of action with a hamstring injury, the talismanic number 7 was still able to amass a sensational tally of 12 goals and 14 assists in 37 appearances. So, fans should be seriously excited about recent reports linking the club to a Premier League star who could help the Englishman become even more unplayable next season. Arsenal looking at big money Premier League star. With how lackluster the rest of Arsenal's attacking options were this season, it's not been a surprise to see the majority of links in recent weeks concern strikers and wingers like Benjamin Sesko and Rodrigo. Mega money deals, controversial moves, and big-name flops. This is the home of transfer news and opinion across Football Fancast. A deal to sign the former, who produced 27 goal involvements in 45 games this season, seems to be moving closer and closer now, with reports from earlier this week claiming that an agreement has been reached on the player's side and that an offer of between £68 million to £85 million will be enough to tempt RB Leipzig into selling. Regarding Rodrigo, talks reportedly took place between the Gunners and the player's representative last month, while reports from this week claim that a fee of around £77 million could be enough to secure his services, and while that is a lot of money, it would likely be worth it, as he's managed to 14 goals and provide 11 assists in 52 appearances for Real Madrid this term. However, while both players would help alleviate some pressure on Saka in the front line, a new creative force in midfield would surely be the best way to help boost his numbers, which is where Morgan Rogers could come in. Yes, according to a recent report from Gimsport, Arsenal are seriously interested in the Aston Villa star. In fact, the report has revealed that the Gunners have already made contact and inquired about the possibility of bringing the young Englishman to the Emirates this summer. However, on top of potentially having to deal with competition from Chelsea, the North Londoners would also have to stump up a fee of around £90 million to land the 22-year-old, who has 5 years left to run on his £75,000 per week contract at Villa Park. It looks like it would be a complicated and costly transfer to get over the line, but given Rodgers' immense ability and potential, it is one worth fighting for, especially as he could help Saka become even more dangerous. How Rodgers could make Saka even better. Now, while there's likely a whole array of ways in which Rodgers could help Saka to get even better, from covering for him when he needs a rest, to building an even stronger understanding of one another's game on international duty, there's one reason more important than the rest: his output. For example, in 54 appearances for Villa this season, the unstoppable midfield maestro, as dubbed by Jamie Carragher, scored 14 goals and provided 15 assists, which comes out to a goal involvement every 1.86 games. Just imagine how many more goals the Gunners' number 7 could score next season with a number 10 as effective as that behind him. Moreover, with the Villa ace being such a goal threat in his own right, there is every chance that the Hale end icon could see his own assist tally soar, as well as having more space to himself, with opposition defenders having to pay more attention to the Hale's own-born machine, as dubbed by the Athletic's Jacob Tanswell. You can also get a good idea of just how dangerous a 10 the former Middlesbrough ace is by comparing him to some of the other leading attacking midfielders in the Premier League, like Cole Palmer, Morgan Gibbs-White, and the North Londoners' own Martin Odegaard. Impressively, only the Chelsea ace does marginally better than the Claret and Blue Star, but given how he is the talisman of that side, and almost all attacks seem to flow through him, that's not much of a surprise. Moreover, if you're achieving numbers only marginally worse than a player as talented and highly rated as he is, that can only be a good thing. Ultimately, while the focus of this summer should be on the front line for Arsenal, they should also do what they can to sign Rodgers, as he'd undoubtedly improve the midfield and help make Saka even more unplayable.